Oh, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 1256 of FloWrestling Radio, live from Austin, Texas, on a victorious Monday morning. Here to my right, Father John Kozak. He was battling in a vicious water war yesterday, as I've come to understand. Saturday. Mm-hmm. Did you win?
Oh, yeah.
Nice. To the left, James Dean Rader. He's here as well. We are excited for today's show. Someone said in the chat before we got going that we got to bring the energy today because he drove his wife to another Rick Springfield concert.
Mm-hmm.
Kozak?
That was original Ross sauce.
The original Ross is just driving his wife to and from Rick Springfield concert. So we have got to bring the energy, and energy we will bring. Great weekend of wrestling. JD, get us started, sir.
Let's start with U20 Worlds. The USA dominated U20 Worlds. And let's start with kind of team performance first before we get into individual kind of recap and thoughts. But was this the greatest U20 team of all time? Initial thoughts are, well, duh, absolutely. Yeah. Christian said, you hit us with the lead course, so not so fast, my friend.
Not so fast. I don't want to start with that. I want to start with just how great this team performed. And I would say this, you know, Kozak had predictions beforehand. I saw a bunch online, and they were all, I would have considered them very rose-colored glasses view of how this team could do. Kozak had us, you know, with 8 medals and all kinds, and we're like, man, that would be great, but probably a stretch on the positive. And it outperformed, this team outperformed very optimistic experts like John, which really just goes to show how good this team was. And I think when you get 7 in the finals is crazy. So crazy. It's not like 10 medals is insane, but, you know, if you have 5, 6 bronzes or something, you can kind of, some of those are a little, man, 7 finalists, 3 bronze, and I just, you can't be more impressed with the consistency in which Team USA shows their depth, especially at this tournament. Winning 3 in a row is really incredible, especially knowing what you need to know is the international emphasis about this tournament. This is a really important tournament. Of the 3 age level ones, I would say this one is given the highest priority by all the other nations. We give pretty equal priority to U17 and U20, I would say. And then U23s can be a bit of a hodgepodge. But this one is really important for us, and it's really important for the rest of the world. And for us to win 4 weights, and really, we could have been looking at, you know, there's not a match really where I felt like we were just totally outclassed, right? Like our losses are incredibly impressive. You know, Drayshawn against Iran, man, we're the one making all the attacks happen. This guy is just a counter merchant, and you know, if we wrestled this match in a week, give me Drayshawn. You think about Cortez. This is one where you feel like that one, we weren't as good, but winnable, right? And what was our other? And then Jaden James, of course, was winning with a second to go. So we really could have been talking about 7 golds pretty reasonably.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Every match we lost was to the eventual champ.
Yes.
And all...
Except 79. Or you're talking about...
Oh, yeah, 79 we did not. That was the only one. But all the losses from our guys were decisions. And I think the worst one was Masney 6-2.
Yeah.
Or 8-4, Isaiah Cortez. So it's like 4 points was our worst loss.
Yeah.
All right. It's crazy.
We're just in every match. It was, man, you can't be anything but excited about this team. And, you know, the future, right? I mean, it flexes our depth, I think, at a couple of weight classes. Like you think about 61, where, you know, Marcus is on the team, Jax is there, Ben DeVino's there, and you got Aaron Seidel winning a tournament this tough and just throttling everyone. 15-4, pin, 13-2, 10-0, 7-0 in the finals. Incredible showing. And, yeah, I was, you know, you think about Landon and Burton, both lost to, I would consider elite senior level guys, right? Burton's, Garadagi beat the Olympic champ The Khalili who won, he won 3-2. It was kind of Khalili had to wrestle Landon very cautiously. He took basically one attack the whole match, and he capitalized on it.
The 79, that Garadagi, he's going to be the senior rep for Japan this year. And I thought it was pretty interesting that Yoshida, that Jaden James lost to, wrestled at 79 in Japan's World Team Trials, didn't even place. So it kind of shows you, like, you're comparing, like, oh, Jaden James, Ryan Burton, like, you'd be like, yeah, Jaden James all day. But the way that Ryan Burton wrestled Garadagi was, like, super impressive in my mind, you know?
Yes.
I just thought that was a interesting little tidbit.
Let's talk about the guys that won gold. Of the 4 that won gold, was there anyone where you're like, this was a big stock up, potential kind of breakout moment?
Michael Boyle
Yes.
was so dominant that you're either all these guys are bad or this dude is just unbelievable, an overwhelmer. Just no one was close. I mean, this is an Olympic weight, 97 kilograms. This is not some throwaway thing. I couldn't believe the level of dominance. I forget what Kozak. I think we thought Michael would medal.
I picked him bronze initially, and then with the redraw, I picked him silver.
And so to just kill everybody. I mean, I feel like Michael Boyle, when you talk about Aaron Seidel and Aiden Sinclair and Bo Bassett, these are household names, right? These are names, and they're not household because of fandom. They're household because of incredible, incredible results. Boyles has really good results in high school, and then he just immediately steps onto the international stage and dominates. Kazakhstan, Japan, Belarus, Russia. This is not, he's not beating Palau. He's massacring nations that are really dedicated to the sport of wrestling and humiliates a Russian in the final. It's Michael Boyle.
Yeah.
Boyle rules.
Oh, Boyle rules. Mike Boyle rules.
Well, and the thing is, I think he's a football guy, so I don't think we see him as much. And going back like a year, I think his only loss outside of Greco was to Cade Ziola at Fargo last year. But so I was a little hesitant with him because I just don't know. He was killing everybody on his way to the team, and so I was like, I don't know, what does that mean? How good is the field that he was facing? So I was like very, like, okay, we'll kind of wait and see. But yeah, I'm all in. I'm all in on Michael Boyle now.
We're not waiting anymore.
No. Mm-mm.
That was utterly impressive. I mean, he's really physical. His hand fight's strong, and he's not just that. Like, he's quick to the leg. He has this. It's almost like an outside step shot and good post attacks. I mean, I don't want to call him a gem because it sounds like he's like an under the radar recruit. He's not. He's a blue chip for sure. But Ohio State's gonna do well with him.
Now, we're getting to Spencer Lee levels of critique. And I don't want to even say criticism here, but investigation. But Bo Bassett, not tech fall dominating his finals opponent. Right? What do you make of that when you're also putting into perspective thinking about him as our potential senior rep this year and, an NCAA champion contender level guy starting in the fall?
I think it's great for Bo to have had a match like that where he showed, hey, he doesn't have to get off the mat in a hurry. Not that anyone thinks that about Bo, but he had to be way more patient than he probably wanted to be. This is a guy who wants to score in the first 10 seconds every time he wrestles. And this guy, Oseto, I feel like he sold out in the hand fight and just like, I'm not going to get dominated here. I'm not going to get overwhelmed. But he really didn't put himself in many positions to score against Bo. So I think it's great to show you can win a different kind of match. That guy apparently, like, he just not passed out, but was just laying on the floor afterwards. So tired from the match and the exertion. And I think for Bo, he's a guy that excels in those flurries, right? And you don't need but one to really blow the match open. And that's what he ends up getting the score into 2 trap arms, like, really quickly. And a match that's competitive and a little more nerve-wracking. Bo can put it out of reach. And then Oseto, I felt like he would struggle to score on Bo just based on his semifinal match where he's getting to legs. Not the quickest attacker, not the best finisher or the quickest finisher. And it feels like against Bo, you need to like explode through or finish quickly because he's very threatening when you're on his legs. So I think it's nothing but it's a positive for Bo. But is Real Woods a different kind of challenge than anyone he saw here? Absolutely. It's going to be harder than anyone he faced here against Real on September 25th.
What I was encouraged with Bo was his parterre defense. I don't think he gave up a turn at all. I think he was taken down first in, was it the quarter, semi, and final? And what we'd seen even from the U.S. Open against U20 competition is that against Kellen Wolbert and against De Kraker, he got taken down and gutted right away. And so I feel like that's something we see, with Bo, is we see him make changes and we see him get better. So that was one area where I saw improvement, especially against the Russian and Oseto. So that was, for me, a positive for Bo.
Given our historic struggles at 65 kilograms internationally, it's kind of nice to have back-to-back champions at this weight, U20, Luke Stanich and Bo Bassett, both winning gold here. And then we have back-to-back 61 champs from Blaze to Seidel. So our depth at 65, that's not exactly new, but it was depth for depth's sake, you would say. And now these are all guys that are going to be contenders on the world stage. So that's encouraging as well. If you're winning this tournament, you're a senior world medalist contender in my mind.
Yeah, that thought hadn't crossed my mind that hopefully we won't have a drought like we had that took Yanni to break.
You hope not. Yeah, I literally just had the thought as we were talking.
There's no way, and I'm not saying we're going to medal every year because that's always going to be a gauntlet. And
always.
With the repechage system, you drop one match early, you put yourself in a position where you're not going to medal, potentially even if you are one of the top 4 guys in the world. But you're right. I do like the future of 65 kilograms. 86, kind of similar to Bo. Aiden Sinclair, the Red Panda, had to get tough against Japan in his semifinal. Unreal comeback.
Just crazy. I mean, that guy, Okazawa, was really good. But you could tell 3 minutes in, he was very, very tired. And I think even still, Aiden had to remain, I think they say, patient panda? He had to be a little patient here and not try to get it all back at once, take down at a time, 30 seconds to go. And I just love his ability to attack legs. And even though I think that's how he gave up, maybe he got countered on one of his leg attacks against Japan. I just think Aiden continuing to come into his own, continuing to improve and make the adjustments he needs to win an NCAA title, right? This was a tough tournament for him. He didn't run through it. It was 12-2, 4-4, 7-6, and even his final 8-4, relatively competitive. But I feel like in the past, maybe we've seen Aiden drop those closer matches and be right there, but just not get over the hump to get those wins, even at the NCAA semi or quarter against Angelo. But to see him get that win here is awesome. And I think he's, for our 86, I mean, that's another weight where, holy cow, are we looking really deep? Because you've got Max McAnally, we just saw what he did last year at U20 Worlds, NCAA champion. You got Aiden Sinclair, and you've got Dakin Zahid, among others. This is a really good weight class. And Aiden Sinclair, I think, is, in a year or two, is going to be right there. I mean, by 28, he's going to be a nightmare to beat internationally.
Let's talk about the guys that got silver. You mentioned Cortez. Just went up against really good Russian.
Yeah.
Finals maybe got
tricky.
Yeah, outclassed a little bit, but really solid. But Jaden James, explain to me what happened in this final.
I mean, it was a shootout. It was a back and forth. It was both guys let it fly, I felt, and Jaden let it fly. I think he was a little too. Jaden has this uncanny kind of pass by thing he does where he can give up this underhook deep, and he just, I don't know if he even gets the elbow or whatever he does. Jaden ends up passing it by, and he gets in a scoring position. And I think that bit him a little bit. I think it's just too much of a concession of position that I don't think you want to consistently do it. I thought in his semi, Jaden, listen, he's 17, maybe just turned 18, first year U20 eligible, and he is as a prospect, they don't get much more intriguing, much more hype than Jaden James, just because it's not just the winning. He just does stuff that not many guys can do. His athleticism, his ability to get to legs, generating in positions. He's one of these. He's almost, and don't overreact to this, but he's Dake-like in how he can be dead to rights taken down and then overcoming it. And it actually bit him in his final where he conceded a position so much and wrestled in that they actually were like, no, you actually gave up the takedown here. And then that got challenged and whatever. But I thought we saw in his semi-match just a little, and I know he dominated this, but he's looking around a little bit. He just seemed like he wasn't as in the moment, focused on just the wrestling. Like he was really imploring for the final takedown call where he kind of had the leg in, but it was a cross, and he wanted that last takedown. And he didn't get it there. And there was another series where I'm like, hey, he's kind of looking around a lot. It's like kind of just not fully focused on just wrestling the match. And then the final seconds of his match here, you can kind of see Jaden's looking at the clock. And instead of maybe just focus on wrestling that position out, where it's kind of brilliant how he's able to get out of this position. It looks like he's going to give up this takedown here that Kozak's pulled it in. Reaches back, gets this leg, turns, and right here, you can see he kind of look at the clock, and then nasty peek out here. You got to give credit because, that's just a brilliant maneuver. He beats the elbow, but if we're focused, not on the clock and just finish that final second, we probably get it. But maybe not. Maybe that was just going to happen. But I couldn't help but notice in the semi, he's kind of looking around a little bit. And then I don't know if I can't say that's why. There's a lot of reasons he didn't win, but I don't know how you leave this tournament thinking Jaden's anything other than, one of the best in the world. I feel that. Yoshida's really good. And better days to come for Jaden, which is a scary thing to say.
Yeah, this is what I was talking about too with Japan and even at U20s. Like every once in a while there'll be a guy here or a guy there that you just don't know about because there's so much development that happens from U17s to U20s. And this Yoshida guy, he's they're 97. This is his younger brother, Arash. But he didn't place in the senior trials. He's been to U17s twice, didn't place there. So you're looking at it, and you're like, okay, probably not a top tier guy. But then he comes to U20 Worlds and just kind of lights the world on fire. And he beat Manwagon, kind of killed him, and then he also beat Russia's rep too. So Yoshida ran the gauntlet. But man, the finals was the best final of the tournament. No doubt, no argument from anyone. This final, if you haven't seen it, it's on YouTube for free to watch. But yeah, you should check it out because it's
if you're in the USA.
If you're in the USA, yep.
Go to that the sequence that got challenged because I thought that was
This is one where I feel like if it's in America, they don't give a takedown.
Yeah,
it's because of our style of.
There's reaction time, right? The one where they went against Jaden?
Kinda, yeah. I kind of thought
you can freeze frame it there.
There, you freeze frame it, but it's he's not behind.
He's out to the side. But he is behind the arms. And then Jaden wrestles in.
So, I'll play it in real time first.
Yeah. But in real time, you're like, all right, this is
And it is interesting, too, because Yoshida's game is all underhooks.
Yes.
All underhook. And Jaden kind of is real slick with the counters. So that's why I think there's so many points, because Jaden feels comfortable there.
And for good reason.
Yeah, here it is.
So deep on an underhook, now seatbelt position for Yoshida. He steps around. Jaden,
he's never behind.
I just don't think that's two. I really think they got this call.
And the whistle doesn't give it. The whistle gives to Jaden.
Yeah. I just don't think that's enough there. And I'm the guy that's like, I'm quick on the takedown calls. In folkstyle, I think they need to narrow it. And here I'm like, no, I mean, come on. What threshold was crossing? Yeah, you can see KD didn't realize. Wait, there he realizes what? They went 2-1 there?
Yeah.
And it's a question like, all right, do you challenge with the lead? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, hindsight, right? Like,
I mean, Jaden got the call in the next challenge, though, too. So, not saying that one was. I probably wouldn't have given a takedown there. So,
What do you mean by that?
I'm saying that 30 seconds after this, there's a controversial one that Japan challenges.
This one.
They lose the challenge.
4-point.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I thought this was. Yeah, I thought
This
they got
was
right.
tricky too, because
I thought they did.
I didn't initially see how Japan got to here.
Mm-hmm.
But
leg
Jaden
in.
goes to his elbow, right there. He gets,
Okay,
gives
yeah.
up 2, and then
They're all on the
Jaden's
ground, on the
down
ground, on the ground.
9-7. They come up to their feet,
They're up.
and then
His butt
over.
kind of hit. Yeah.
and then they get a better angle on it in the replay right here.
So they go 4.
They go 4 because his
Mm-hmm.
his head hits.
Yeah.
And then he exposes there. But yeah, super close.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was a
Yeah.
great match.
It's a great match. Jaden will be better for it. Yeah. I mean, you look at what it was still a great spring, summer for him. His run at the senior level was great. Had some nice wins there. Tested David Carr, who we just watched beat Salk. Like, this he's an elite senior level guy. I feel like there's not many guys that could give. I think this is one of those weird matches where James and Yoshida's results, I'm betting over the next 5 years, aren't even going to be close. But because where Yoshida's good and where James are good, it just kind of makes a weird cosmic gumbo. I don't know what to call it, but weird. And so I just think it's one of those weird matchup things.
Well, I feel like too for Jaden James being so confident in underhook, and you meet someone that's like that's where they want to be. Maybe you're like, okay, maybe I just don't let him get there. Like, maybe I do more to say, like, rather than to say, okay, I'm going to beat him at his game.
Yeah.
I'm going to,
Because Yoshida has to have the underhook to win. Jaden can win
yes.
15 different ways.
Yeah, that's what,
right? But that's what, like, ultimately, for as much as you want to win, as much as it is important, these are developmental ages. That's what we call it. It's the developmental teams. It's for their development. And it's so that you make this mistake here because by the time Jaden James is representing America at the senior level, he's got all this experience against the best, and he doesn't make these mistakes. So you almost are, you're not glad, but the positive outlook on a loss like this is kind of undeniable.
Speaking of development, I think the Iranian that beat Trayshawn Ross, I think he's really good. Like, I think he's going to be the heir apparent to Zare post
Maybe
2028. Like, Zare's going to go on afterwards. I'm not saying he's going to beat Zare, but like, I think if he doesn't transfer, he'll be pushing Zare in 4 or 5 years.
I mean, I think that guy's really good. He's pretty hard to score on, obviously. I think right now, especially at the age level, his age and development, how physically mature he is his number one attribute. I do think he's kind of a crazy athlete. You kind of look at him.
Trayshawn isn't like a crazy athlete.
No. I'm saying Trayshawn is a great athlete and probably a better one. I'm saying that you couple, and I forget his last name, the Iranians, athleticism with how developed he is physically, how strong he is. I think that was the combination that gave him that win. That like reattack he had, that was
so nice.
That was really nice. That was some sick horsepower too. To kind of, Drayshawn is a shooter, and to shoot as much as he does, he's really worked at his recovery. There were a couple times he took a shot, and when you shoot on an Iranian, they're looking. That's their opportunity. I mean, how many matches have we seen them win like that? And that's what he was trying to do. And Drayshawn did a great job generally at recovering. One time he wasn't quite able to, and he got that reattack, and that put him up 5-0, and it felt like that might do it. As the match went on, like Drayshawn really put himself in position to score. And how close was he on that lace? I think those are two of the best heavyweights in the world. I think those are both top 10 guys on the planet. I think Drayshawn on the senior level for Team USA is a contender. I think he's someone that could wrestle with the Masons and the maybe even the Wyatts. I mean, the stories out of the Stillwater wrestling room is those two have some insane scraps, and that's our rep. So I think Drayshawn's going to get, once he gets a little bigger, I don't think this is not peak Drayshawn. If you're asking me who's going to improve more over the next 3 to 4 years, give me Drayshawn Ross, just because he's a shooter and he can generate. But I don't disagree, James, that guy's going to be really good.
I have the Iranian ranked number 9 right now in the world.
Okay.
He won U23s last year. Some really good international wins. And heavyweight, I mean, yeah, I think I have Drayshawn ranked 20th or 19th. It's.
Here's the thing about, I know generally speaking, it's best to favor the shooters. If you're big at heavyweight, you don't have to be a shooter.
You're right.
To be the best in the world. Look at the current king to go no further.
True. But I feel like the last 3 Olympic champs are all shooters at heavyweight. You go Geno, Gable, Taha, Akul, they were all shooters.
Yep.
And I still think all those guys are better than Zare, regardless of, Zare's current standing is undeniable. And 28 should be his year, but 24 probably could have just as well, and it wasn't. So, you don't have to be a shooter, but I think Zare is an exception to the rule, and he's exceptional at what he's done. I feel like he is a unique wrestler. Like, there's not many that can implement like Amir does.
I agree. To put a bow on U20s, was this the greatest U20 team of all time?
If you go, and I'm giving quick assignment to Kozak, but if we just had like the 10 versus, I don't know if we have it on a sheet anywhere, just like the head-to-head, you look at last year's team and this year's team, both won. Last year's team the results weren't as good as this year's. But man, if you go head up in a duel, I think it's pretty interesting to compare.
I'll make that sheet right now.
The 57, Knox versus Cortez. Cortez's result was better, but I don't think anyone thinks Cortez is better than Anthony Knox. I don't personally. Which I know that may be a knife twist for the Cornell faithful given that history, but that's just my understanding of the battles in the room, my just general understanding of their reputations over the years. So I would probably favor Knox over Cortez.
Knox, bigger recruit, but it seems like better style is folk style.
I don't disagree with that.
And Cortez, better style freestyle.
Perhaps. But they both feel like they're just straight takedown guys in freestyle too, though.
Part, yeah.
Cortez has got some. He's got some parterre.
Yeah, he's got a Greco background.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
61's interesting. Marcus Blaze versus Aaron Seidel. It's kind of hard to not go Seidel right now, just based on the folk style result and Seidel's dominance. But at the same time, Marcus is senior rep this year.
This year,
not last year, and that factors in. That's why maybe you go edge Seidel. Stanich versus Bo. On the one hand, how do you not say Stanich? He beat him 3 times that year. On the other hand, it's all part of the Bo Bassett ascension, and that the worst thing you can do to Bo Bassett is, or the best thing you can do for him is beat him, because every time you do that, he beats.
And again, this is last year versus this year. This year, Bo might be the senior rep.
Exactly. That's what makes it so crazy. This, I mean, look at this. PJ Duke versus Landon Robidoux. Now, last year, PJ beat him 3 straight times in freestyle. And then Landon beats him in the folk style match that was decided by tiebreakers, which really for this conversation means nothing other than they wrestled for 10 minutes on their feet and no one could get a takedown, debatably. So, I mean, I don't know who you favor there. I would probably say PJ Duke. D. Lockett versus Jaden James. We saw that this year. Unless you think D. Lockett was better last year than this year, you have to favor Jaden. Will Hinkle versus Ryan Burton. They were in the same bracket this year, right? At am I wrong on that? At U20s, or was that at U23s where Hinkle lost?
Hinkle lost U23s.
Okay.
I believe. Yeah.
I feel like that's a coin flip. McAnally versus Sinclair. This is another one. McAnally beat Sinclair to make that team. So maybe you favor him, but I mean, Aiden Sinclair just matched his result. Connor Mearsol versus Jimmy Massey. This is one where I feel like it's kind of clearly someone, Connor.
Mm-hmm.
Rademacher Boyle. I don't know, man. On the one hand, they both won. On the other hand, Michael was so dominant. It's kind of tough to say. And then Drayshawn versus Cole. Cole's never lost to Drayshawn Ross. So I think these two teams, I don't know. Maybe I lean 25. Maybe I lean 26. Do you guys have a lean?
I mean, it's real close, right? I think, I don't know. I think you look at, some of these matchups, it's like, all right, is Bo Bassett this year better than Bo Bassett last year?
Yes.
Yes. So it's like, okay, you probably give. And
those were really competitive, right?
they were super, super competitive. He was never down 8-0.
It went to 3.
He was never down 8-0 like Stanich was. The matches weren't as competitive there. So it's like this year is definitely more impressive. So I think you give clear edge to this year's team at 65, 74, and then there's just like a bunch of toss-ups. So you can make the case for both years, yeah.
When you're thinking about greatest U20 team of all time, though, I think you have to go this year just based on the results this year.
Is it not?
Which is maybe not fair.
I think it's, I think you can. Is it not crazy that there's no one that was on the team 2 years in a row? Like, I know it's age level and there's just a window of time, but it's still pretty interesting that no one was there.
Who could have tried?
Knox could have.
PJ? Could PJ?
Blaze.
He's still 20?
Blaze.
Blaze was. Luke was.
PJ. Yeah, because isn't.
D. Lockett was and did try.
PJ could have.
Max, I don't think. Connor, I don't think. Rademacher, Cole. So I guess 6 or 7 of them couldn't do it again.
Yeah, and I think it's similar this year, too. Like, I think Cortez, Seidel, Bassett, Robidoux, Burton, Sinclair, and Drayshawn are probably all.
Really? Drayshawn already?
No.
He just graduated high school.
Never mind. Not Drayshawn. So Drayshawn can be back. That's good.
PJ was the only one that didn't try, not because they were on the trying to do seniors, though, right? Marcus didn't try because.
Final X and all that.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Well, awesome. I mean, it was, I guess, otherwise, it was, the crazy thing was something we talked about last year. It's just like, we don't understand how tired these people are getting. I still don't get it. It's still just kind of crazy to me. I don't get it.
I gotta show Masty his match, his repechage with the Russian just laying there.
Yeah, they can't. I mean, I did a tongue-in-cheek tweet about this. Like, how can you not be a cardio merchant when guys can only wrestle for 2, maybe 3 minutes? It's crazy, and we're not getting guys tired with a hand fight push. Like, we attack, we put them under stress, and that's what gets them tired. And basically, anytime they attack, it takes so much out of them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he sold out for the tech here with this gut. I mean, he just takes him down
He's very close to getting the tech here. It's only 90 seconds into the match, and then Masney's able to reach through, grab the leg,
Stay in danger,
Mhm.
basically.
They gave him 2 extra points. They ended up taking him off. Yeah, there you go. And so Masney's down 8-1, and actually he ends up giving up an exposure here on it. He tries to gut.
Yes.
2 minutes in,
Jimmy.
and the Russian is just done.
It's right now.
Yeah.
It's over.
Yeah, he's got nothing left.
Yeah. I mean,
Looks so old compared to Masney.
Oh my gosh, yeah, he's 26. The takedown he gives up, you can tell right here he's
He's
good.
like, oh,
But the
man.
takedown he gives up this is like Tom Brand's 7th minute type of exhaustion, but it's 2 minutes in. Watch it. Look at that.
And
I
then-
showed Caleb this. He just started laughing.
Have you ever seen 9 gut wrenches in a row?
No, Jimmy Nine Guts.
Jimmy, 9
That's what they're calling him.
You know.
How about the first one's right on the edge? He's like, I'll just take you this way. I mean, he's just flopping around. This is so, it's honestly, it's funny, and then it's like actually sad. It's like how, and then you go through all these emotions because it's funny, sad, and then you're just curious. Like, how does
is
this
it?
happen? What are the choices in this guy's life that he makes it to the pinnacle of Russian age level wrestling and is incapable of 3 minutes of wrestling? Like, what is their training like? I always hear about the Russian system.
Look at how long he lays here.
They should address the system of 6 minutes of wrestling. Look at him.
He's dead.
We have not left the first period. They have not. There's art, yeah, and he is done. He is done. It's 21-10,
Yeah.
and that's the end of the match. So I don't understand it. I wish this was the only example of this. I mean, even the guy Aiden wrestled. I don't think he could make his mouth any bigger. He needed oxygen so badly. It's odd to me. It really is surprising.
He's laying back down.
Right back down. He's like, all right, they're still looking at it.
I wonder if it's weight cut, you know, if that's part of it, if they're just not cutting weight the right way. I did see somebody on Twitter, what's the Polish guy? He was saying that like these international wrestlers just aren't used to being in like the high pressure situations, competitions like the way that American wrestlers are from a younger age, which there could be something to that, but it seems too widespread to just be that. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I do think that the volume of competition our guys have, there's probably negative aspects to it. I think I would guess the positives outweigh the negatives.
Yeah.
Just getting competition reps has, I think, very real and clear value.
Well, and another thing I was thinking about too is I feel like our guys in the U20 level, they are training with college wrestlers from a younger age, right? Middle school on. It seems like middle school, high school. And it's like, what do you hear? The first thing people say is like, what's the biggest difference? The hand fight in college wrestling. And it's like, you watch Bo Bassett, his hand fight. So it's like the most extreme example. And when I was watching the Russian, I'm like, oh, if this guy goes out of the first minute, there's no way he's going to be able to match the hand fight because that's just not how he wrestles. He's wrestling from space, like real. It's like he's never in a position where he's hand fighting to the level that Bo is going to bring. So it's like there is something really exhausting about trying to match somebody's hand fight when you can't. And it's a hard thing to explain.
Yeah, it continues to be true that in my opinion, the best system for development in wrestling is here in the United States. And I think all the age, we had a bad U17 performance for sure, but man, I just think like the volume of elite senior, like how many wrestlers do you feel like we could send to the Worlds at every weight and feel like this guy's a contender? We're not going to get outclassed. We're not going to send someone in here and get teched and then eliminated immediately. Like
Three
yeah.
deep at most.
Some more.
Weights, some 2.
Yeah. And some way more, right? Like at 61, I mean, I'd feel great with DeSanto, right? Like maybe win-win. but he's gonna probably wrestle for a medal, and that guy might be the 5th, 6th best guy. I mean, I'd put him behind Marcus and Jax and Ben and Seidel.
Mm-hmm.
Gross, maybe.
Maybe Gross, So, and that's just one weight. Of course, 65 were really deep. 70 were really deep. Our rep didn't even try to make the team this year from last year. So, yeah, I love our system, and I think it works.
So that was U20s. The other big wrestling event happening over the weekend, RAF, going down in Cleveland. Let's start with the Ono versus Divino match. A lot of chatter about this and Ono's performance. What did you make of Ono's performance at RAF against Divino?
I'm calling it the Ono overreaction to Masa Ono. I think. I think.
How long did you workshop that one?
That's my Skip Bayless, Stephen A, or as I like to call it, the Ono overreaction to Masa Ono's dominant 4-0 win over Ben Divino.
You should have ran this by us beforehand.
No, I you got to just lean into it.
No, it's fine.
It's fine. The Ono overreaction.
That was creative.
Or the Divino overreaction. It works for both. I'll never run out of these. No, I think people are somehow taking this match and saying, see, this is proof positive. He's not going to be good in folk style.
All part of my plan.
To me, I'm like, wait, are we forgetting who Ben Divino is in all of this? This is the guy who this year beat Jax Forrest in freestyle. It's a guy who has 2 wins over Marcus Blaze, the world champion. I'm not. And by the way, here's what it is. Ono wowed us with his incredible snap to the single, his high-flying head pinches. So when we think of Ono, we think of the snap and we think of the scores. But really, at its core, he is positionally insane and has shut out Spencer Lee, essentially, now Ben Divino, Marcus Blaze, all in last year. So the bottom line is, if you don't get scored on, you win the match. And I don't know if anyone can score on this guy. And until that gets rectified, this guy is a contender at the NCAA level, in my opinion. Now, I never said he's the favorite. Don't put words in our mouth where I picked him to be the champ. But I'm not writing this guy off because he couldn't take down Ben Divino, because Ben Divino certainly didn't take down him, and I've seen that guy take down the best of the best. So I'm maybe on the opposite side of most people's reaction. I think this is a great result for Masa, who, by the way, last thing I'll say on this, it won't be the last thing, but I will stop talking. This is a guy who's been largely shelved from competition. And I don't care what room you're in. I don't care how often you're practicing. It's different when you're competing. Competing's important. And he hasn't done much of that since coming to America. For a variety of reasons, he has not competed much. And I think that does not help. So to come out after largely being on the shelf away from elite competition, you beat Ben Divino 4-0. That's a positive result in my mind.
Which we haven't even mentioned, it was a 4-0 win with all push-outs.
One shot clock.
Or one shot clock, sorry, 3 push-outs. My thing is, too, I feel like you're always erring on guys who are shooters. And I'm a little bit more, like, as long as you have good head hands defense, like, you can really win at the highest level. And he's like Marcus Blaze. Like, and especially in freestyle, that can win you a lot of matches at the highest level. And he's a winner. Like, you're saying, I don't remember if you said he couldn't or if he didn't take Divino down, but I'm saying he didn't. I'm not saying he couldn't because he didn't have to, because he was never losing.
Yeah.
And he knew that.
Right.
And so it's like, I'm not even going to really try for this. I'm just going to push you out, get my lead, and then you're not even going to come close to taking me down.
And Divino is not.
Winner.
Yeah, he is. And Divino is not a guy that he doesn't try to play the game and pick spots. And he couldn't even because you watch this match, you're like, man, Ben really didn't attack much. But he's a smart wrestler, and he couldn't get to the positions where he could even fire attack. It's easy to say shoot, but it's like, at the level that Ben is at.
Get reattacked?
Yeah, it was take a
down block.
Yeah, get down blocked to death. So no, it's like he couldn't get to the point where he could attack, which again is just more evidence that, not that you need evidence, but I just think it's going to work NCAA wise.
Yeah, the chat saying criticism, Ono was boring, but I think that has more to do with the matchup of who Ben Davino is, and it's like we saw last year, Jax Forrest, I think it was 4-1, and it was a very similar match. He may have gotten one takedown. I do want to remind you, Ono did compete in Japan, so not his first.
Christian did say he never said first. He said against elite competition.
Okay, all right. And we know that Christian does not think Japan is elite.
Well, only if you go by the results.
But I think
U20s.
It is solid.
I think like if you're looking at styles make fights, like maybe hindsight looking back is like, oh, if you want to give the people a show, maybe you give them Austin DeSanto here, and we see a lot more points, right? Where it's like,
I like this.
Ben Davino, he's gonna shut things down. He is kind of like the perfect matchup, and that got me thinking, like folk style season, if they do wrestle, seeing this, I would favor Ben Davino, because if Ono doesn't get a takedown against Davino in freestyle, how's he going to take him down in folk style? And is he going to go under? We saw Ben Davino beat Marcus Blaze in rideouts. He's not going to ride Davino.
Also,
so it's like
the way stalling is called in folk style hurts Ono. It's very beneficial for him in freestyle because he can control center very well without bringing position. Like he was still engaging in Davino this entire match, but taking ground with his butt to the center for the most part. So he never got called.
And the stall call with underhook, you're just driving somebody out. That's stalling Ono.
They don't always
could
call
be.
that, though.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's not going to get the benefit of underhook drive him out.
In fact, I would say they rarely do.
So
You really got to straight arm push someone.
I think we would see a takedown in this match potentially.
In folk style?
Yeah. I'm not writing it off because of a 6-minute freestyle RAF match. I do think it'll be more in Ben's comfort level. I mean, maybe Ben says, let's just take it to tiebreakers. At which point, yeah, maybe that would be.
Or it's 1-0. And Ono he takes neutral in the third, and then he has to go get one.
I honestly think over 7 minutes now, ask me this. Who's the favorite here? I really don't know. But I don't take this match as any way an indication that Massa can't win at the NCAA level.
I agree.
And you're basically saying Davino has to win on the mat is what it sounds like. And if that's the only way you can win, like when Marcus and Ben wrestle, it's like it could come down to the mat, but it also could get set on your feet. If you're telling me right now, that is what you're saying, basically.
No, it's not.
Or then tell me you think Ben Davino is going to take down Masa Ono.
I absolutely think he could take down Masa Ono in a folk style match. 100%.
Okay.
You don't think he
I
can?
think it's possible.
I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm saying if you're asking who's more likely to get a takedown, it's absolutely Ono.
I agree with that.
He couldn't get to the level where, unless you think Masa is going to airmail a shot, or you think he's going to just be way in over his head if he gets on a leg in the scramble.
I think he will.
Freestyle scrambling is not that much different from folk style scrambling.
It is different though.
In fact, I would say it is more helpful to have the freestyle because now you can roll across your back. Whereas like if you all in on folk style and then you go and try and scramble in freestyle and you're like, oh shoot, now I can't pass a leg.
JD spitting, y'all.
I just don't think that's true. I don't think that's how it works.
You can scramble the exact same way in freestyle or in folk style that you did in freestyle.
Yes.
You can scramble the same way in folk style as you did in freestyle, yes, but you're wrestling folk style.
I know. I'm just saying.
You're not freestyle scrambling.
I'm not saying you shouldn't all of a sudden learn how to not leg pass and stuff like that. I'm just saying.
Is Davino a big leg pass guy?
Davino's a really good. He's a really good,
Very good
folkstyle
scrambler.
Yes, I'm not denying that.
Yeah. So I mean, if Ben shuts it down, I feel like if he attacks, he'll get reattacked. I don't know. If my opinion, I thought about it, I would favor Massa in the match.
Okay.
I don't think it's crazy.
I don't.
But you're very stocked down on Massa.
Yeah, I think so. Because I think, and that has 100% to do with how high the rest of the world has placed Ono, to the point where he beats Ben Davino 4-0, and people are like, "Oh, now he's boring. What did Penn State do to Masa Ono? They ruined him." And I'm not saying any of that. I think he's still. No, I said the rest of the. I said the rest of the world is saying that. I think that people have this otherworldly opinion of him, to where he's going to come in to NCAA wrestling and he's just going to be the guy that nobody can beat, nobody can take down. And I'm like, oh, let's take a step back.
I don't think that.
Let's take a step back, because we saw him in 2 international freestyle competitions 2 years ago, and everyone is saying all of these things. And I just think it's too much. I think you give him a little film. I think you let the best folk style wrestlers in the world wrestle him. Guys like Jax Forrest, Ben Davino, Aaron Seidel, and I think it's gonna be different.
We also saw him beat Spencer Lee.
I think Seidel.
We've seen him beat Ben Davino.
In freestyle.
And
yes.
And we've seen him train in the Penn State room now for 2 years almost. And we've heard the very high praise coming out of that room. That also feeds into high expectations. And I am not otherworldly. I am not saying he's going to run through everybody.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to look like the 24 non-Olympic Worlds at the NCAA tournament. I don't expect that at all.
Can't remember. I didn't even predict him to win NCAAs when I put up my predictions.
Yeah, he didn't even pick him to be an NCAA champion in his first time wrestling the sport.
You had him third.
But I'm higher on him than
third over Seidel.
I honestly think Seidel is the worst matchup for Massa.
Yeah,
because he is just insane. He should take top, and I don't care. Listen, Aaron Seidel tortures guys that have trained their entire lives to get off the bottom. I don't care. It's not going to go well for Massa, and that's why I'd probably think if he hits Seidel, it's a nightmare. Now, maybe the same true for Jax Forrest. I don't know why I view them differently on the mat, even because Jax is insane there, but I don't know. I think those are the tough matches. But like Davino versus Massa in folk style, I would favor Massa. Seidel, Jax.
What would you favor him based on?
I think he'll score a takedown.
He had 6 minutes and he didn't get one.
1 more minute.
What? It doesn't make any sense.
It makes a lot of sense because 1 more minute.
Doesn't.
So if you watch some matches, they're scoring the first or the last minute. That's the 7th minute.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so you think they went 6 minutes, didn't get a takedown. Did he get to the legs once? No.
I mean, if you
Didn't get to the legs one time.
to be slightly critical, I mean, Davino was head down in the way, just like it was like he was just trying to take away the shot the entire time. I didn't feel like he was sort of conceding in a way.
I do have one critique of Masa Ono. He's got to up his celebration game. He elite celebrator in 2024 and after beating Spencer Lee. But he did the McGregor walk again. You've done that before.
Yeah,
you know?
we gotta move
Come
on.
You had plenty of time to plan out a new celebration.
Yeah, McGregor just snapped his leg. Or what did he do? Yeah, tore his knee in just 4 seconds of fighting.
Also a bad guy in real life.
Not anymore. Now he's a good guy.
So
he said was.
Let's maybe mix it up a little bit. Although it was cool.
I think he was so tired. I don't think he knew what he was gonna do.
I forgot
He's not gonna get tired in a folk style match though.
Nope.
That's right.
He is a fast twitch wrestler, and that does lend itself to a little bit of exhaustion.
Bo was noticeably tired after his match with Japan. You could see he was like trying to celebrate, or not like trying to, but he was just like, I did it.
Yeah.
He was like noticeably tired and had to point to his heart.
Yeah. Big heart.
Everyone.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not. It's gonna be. Man, I hope we see it this year.
I don't think we're
Oh,
gonna
no?
see it.
Yeah.
I think we'll see him like in a match here or there, but I think his goal is to make the Olympic team. And so I don't think wrestling folk style matches with that this year. But
Yeah, perhaps.
I would like to be wrong.
I think the more I hear and talk to people, I think Marcus and Jax both consider moving up. Marcus, maybe.
This year?
Yeah. I think the way the timing works with the world team and just the importance of the 27 team, I think we might see it, but I don't know. So I think if it's Massa at 33, that's it, man. We need it. We need it.
I need it bad.
Yeah.
Kind of talking about, let's talk about eligibility and who we're going to see this year. Because now we might not see Levi Haines and Jesse Mendez, it sounded like.
Yeah, communicating with the camps and people talking, it's like, yeah, they feel like. I don't think anyone believes it's a done deal that they're not going to wrestle, but
I believe nothing is a done deal when it comes
literally
to eligibility in the NCAA.
until I see Jesse and Levi walk to the mat, I'll be like, maybe it'll happen. And so I think now it's like, whereas a week ago we're like, it's more likely than not they'll wrestle. Now this ruling comes out and it's less likely that they would wrestle. So I think Penn State is making plans for, life without Levi, as is Jesse without, or Ohio State with Jesse. And essentially what the judge said is, unless you're already part of like a TRO, temporary restraining order, that says you're granted eligibility, you're not eligible.
I believe you can still.
They could still jump in, because there is one in Ohio, and I think if Jesse jumped in that, then maybe he would all of a sudden be eligible. Like, why it could work for some athletes and not the other is crazy. Why the NCAA is so adamantly against this, I don't really understand. Why you could just be done with this instead of getting sued like crazy and just let the class of 22 compete and then be done with it. But they're adamant.
I will say it's different in college football, and that is not the popular opinion for everyone outside of the state of Louisiana. Because you see, there was
Some Ole Miss guy?
he played at Ole Miss, and then he played in the NFL preseason already, and is now going to be playing for LSU this season because a judge in Louisiana said, "Oh yeah, we'll let him play," even though it's been a legal rule forever that once you play suit up in the NFL, once you're drafted, you're done. You're a pro.
Yeah.
Even though that rule hasn't changed, a judge in Louisiana said it's okay.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. But you know what? It's like, Ben DeVino, he wrestled in RAF, and he's going to wrestle for Ohio State. It's like they're going from pros to the...
I don't have a problem with it, but that's because I think I come from wrestling where it's an individual sport, so I kind of feel for the individual. Whereas like in college football, they're all like, no, this... Everyone outside of the state of Louisiana is like, this is too far. It was like how when the Texas Tech quarterback...
Yeah, they're like, wait a second. We're not even going to play Texas Tech. We're just like, you're off the island.
It's almost to that level from the reaction I've seen where people are like, the system is broken.
Yeah, I tried to rage bait. It didn't work. I just quote tweeted. I said, this is good. Yeah, I remember like if you declared for the NBA draft or NFL draft and then you didn't get drafted, you were screwed.
Yeah,
like you couldn't go. I always thought that was like man, it's like you want to go, and if it doesn't work out, you should be able to go back. As long as you don't make money, or play. But anyway, now
I do kind of understand where it's like once you're a pro, maybe you shouldn't.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's kind of like baseball. You get demoted to the minors sometimes, and then you can come back up.
Yeah. But NBA, there's only like 300 spots. It's like so hard to get in the league. But anyway.
You do feel for a guy who is on a team and is like maybe been waiting his turn and now it's my time.
And then the guy comes back from the NFL.
Dang it. What the hell?
Wait, we didn't finish RAF, though. There's a lot more RAF.
There's a lot more RAF. Yeah. Let's talk Max. McAnally takes out Bo Nickel. As Kozak predicted.
Yes, he did, as I incorrectly predicted.
It's just different when you are actively trying to be the very best in the world at wrestling and not fighting while still also training wrestling a couple times a week.
I just thought, I mean, Max has an incredible low single, and I thought Bo would be kind of ready for it. It is kind of the perfect shot to take against Bo Nickel because you don't battle his hips where we've seen him just torture guys consistently there. And one thing we know about Bo throughout his career, when he's down, it's harder for him to get his way back in the match because he's not conventional in how he wrestles and how he attacks legs. So once he got that takedown, you knew it was maybe tough for him to get it back. Yeah, I thought Bo would win. He lost by 1. Max is one of the best in the world at 86. And how about he went up to 200? Like, he didn't have Bo come down. He went up to Bo's weight and beat him.
Max McAnally is a dog.
He is an absolute dog.
He is a dog. That is undeniable.
He's so good. So good. And, yeah, it's a great performance.
It is still kind of impressive that Bo, can wrestle at this level, and he's not training full-time to be the best wrestler in the world, right? Like, Max he's a top 20 86 kilo guy. Like, he could go to Worlds and contend for world medals for sure. Like,
86, we talked about the depth thing, like Dake, Zahid, Max, Aiden, Parker, like 5. We could come up with another guy easily. Like, it's pretty nuts. Like, send Rocco Welsh, he'll do fine.
Yep.
Yeah, so that is a good point, Kozak. Like, Bo remains, and clearly he still trains at Nittany Lion, and that helps. But the speed of McAnally is pretty special.
David Carr took out Saul Kazanov, who maybe we're saying his name wrong. I don't know.
Yeah, Sal Kazanov.
Big Salk.
Yeah, it's Big Salk. Big Salk. But Carr had to go and get it late. But that's kind of actually to be expected. Maybe American fans were kind of surprised when Carr wasn't just dominating this match. But Salk's really good.
Yeah, hard guy to score on for sure. And Ben called it in the between periods. He's like, David's just kind of spamming his double. He needs to get to his single. And I always felt like David's best shot was his single leg. And I feel like he kind of went away from it a little bit this freestyle season. That's historically been his best attack. And he goes from the single right to the lace, key 4 points, and put him up, and he was able to hang on. Salk was furious with the...
he wanted to caution at the end. Yeah.
Kind of, yeah. But as I tweeted, Jamal Valiev exists, so you can't help but be like, why not? But I thought it was the right call.
It is hilarious to challenge retroactively requesting a caution in one.
Yeah.
And for those of you who don't know Big Salk, he's a 4-time world medalist, 2-time silver. And this year, within the past year, he beat James Green 4-4 and Keegan O'Toole 9-0.
Yeah, he's very, very accomplished. For a time, was ranked number 1 in the world at 74.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
He lost to Karim Magomedov his last time out.
Yep. So yeah, I'm glad Carr's still competing. That's good. But yeah, I still think he's got a ways to go to be the guy next year.
It's nice to see the return of Jordan Burroughs. I don't know what to make of it.
Pulled the upset.
Like, Jordan, I love you, man. But in the lead up where you said this is the biggest match of your career.
What? He said that?
Yes, and that you should be an underdog.
What?
Because his opponent is younger, faster, and stronger.
Oh, man.
Come on, son.
Well, I think that's just kind of like...
I get promoting it and tossing RAF a bone.
Yeah, it's like... That's when I say, like, there's aspects of RAF that are, like, for diehard wrestling fans. There's aspects that's just for, like, broader that don't know that that's just a totally preposterous sentence to say. But... like, if you're just a casual fan, you're watching, like, okay, wow. It's like, he's the underdog. He's older. He's really good, but he's going against this guy. And you can, like, talk yourself into this, someone totally ignorant that's never watched Jordan and knows nothing about him. You could go into that match being like, I don't know who's going to win. but it's to anyone that knows who Jordan Burroughs actually is, it's like, okay, that doesn't make sense. But yeah, it's good to see him wrestle, and he'll step up against Kurbanaliev. I think this is kind of like the plan. Like first match is, he was minus 4,000, which means it's just, I don't even know why you put a lineup for a match like that. But Kurbanaliev is a world champion and probably similar age to Jordan. And then he has a third match where we don't know the opponent. So I think he's going to climb the ladder of challenges, and it's going to get harder. So I look forward to that.
Shout out to our guy, Jason Nolf.
It's coming home, baby.
Back to the 5-1-2. He took out Evan Wick. Not even close this time.
Kind of crazy, honestly. And it was one of those pretty competitive tech falls. I felt like the first period was pretty close, or I don't know if it was the first period because there's 3. But early in the match was kind of close. And then Jason, he had a hard time finishing a single leg earlier. And then he did the treetop. And, people are like, you've never seen a treetop finish? I was like, of course. It's like one of the first ones you learn. But like in freestyle, just the idea of getting the guy off balance and just shoving his calf and then just
chucking him
for 4. It's like, man, could we see this more? Like it's pretty impressive from Jason, but just a tenacious competitor and, proving what we already knew is like, this is maybe our best 74 right now.
Come back, Jason.
He's fine.
Come back.
I was watching the Virginia Tech U20 training camp YouTube video, and in it, Ryan Burton talks about how awesome it's been having James Green to train with this summer. But he did say at the beginning, James was putting it on me pretty hard. It's like, but now, I don't remember exactly what he said. I don't remember if it was I get him sometimes or I'm right there with him or we're pretty even, but it's something like that. That's kind of like, I don't know if that's stock up Ryan Burton or making me nervous about James Green.
I think that's just happened. Remember, maybe it's just a James Green thing, but Jason Chamberlain's not on James Green's level, but he wrestled 2 of the most low-scoring and boring matches against James, like in Final X history. So I just think that's just a byproduct of training together.
Sure. That was kind of all the big or notable RAF results. Obviously, Henry won. There were a couple other ones.
Yeah, Jesse
Blake
smashed
dominated.
Kinchikashvili.
Yeah.
Actually, it was more competitive than Bo's match against Kinchikashvili, which made me notable. Yeah, I think those were the main ones. It was a fun card. I hope Willowan's okay. Golly.
Yeah.
I was concerned about that match going in. I was like, Cotty versus Willowan. I know that's Izzy's guy, Will, but it's like, man, you set him up bad there. Because Cotty's so much bigger and obviously way more accomplished. It's not why he got hurt. Gable 6-0 over Cassiope.
Did he even shoot?
Mm-hmm. He did.
Okay.
And September 5th, Moscow. That's a really good one, too.
Do we know where that's being streamed yet or no?
I have not seen.
Worldwide.
Worldwide.
I don't know.
Okay.
They might have to do someone holds a phone and goes tune into their personal.
I'm
Facebook.
sure it'll be on Instagram somewhere. Instagram
Right.
Live.
YouTube.
If it's in Russia, it's going to be on Instagram Live. Somebody in the stands.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Before we get to questions from our friends, I want to shout out our friends at Nike Wrestling, athleteps.com. Some great new shoes. What were the ones Jaden James rocking? Were those custom ones?
I don't recall.
You buy those. They had some lime green on them.
Oh, I didn't know. I didn't remember those.
He's got to wear those while he can, because guess what?
Adidas.
Yeah, you can't wear those during the season. It's going to be weird seeing Penn State.
It's going to be so weird. Even just like seeing
Stock down Penn State.
Kale.
This is a Nike podcast. I sold all my stock when I saw that they became an Adidas school.
It's funny. We had actually, I'm not going to talk about this.
That was funny.
I just realized where I was going to go with that, and I'm not going to say it. But you could see Drayshawn Ross. He was wearing the Persian red
The Freaks.
Nike Freaks.
Yep.
And those are tough. you think that's are they trying to get the Buffalo Gap bump with those black and gold?
Is that what Buffalo Gap is?
Yeah, black and gold.
Of course they are.
I think that's my favorite one of the
The black and gold.
I like the black.
Those
and
are
gold.
crazy.
All right, Kozak. Did we get any super chats this show?
We got a lot of super chats.
Woo!
Chat is popping. Just
Everyone's-
getting bigger by the day.
You guys went insane for my question.
We're getting some Canadian chats.
73
here.
replies.
I'm gonna read our neighbors to
Oh,
the
you don't
north.
say?
Yeah,
Yeah.
jeepers.
He gave us
Oh, boy.
30 Canadian dollars and then 15 Canadian dollars.
Wow.
So, all right. There's a couple super chats where you guys didn't attach a question to the chat. The Big Cheese, I'm talking to you. If you have a question, put it in now.
He's just throwing bills.
If not, thank you for the super chat. All right. Hold on, I got to go back to our neighbor to the north. This is from 30 Canadian dollars from future.conservative leaders 4325.
All right.
He says, in my honest opinion, the reason a lot of these guys gas out is the stage. America's wrestlers on massive stage at a young age, U17 or U20, is the first time a lot of international wrestlers do it. That is huge.
I don't disagree. It honestly, of the rationale, it makes the most sense because it's hard to comprehend them actually getting to this stage in wrestling and being objectively in bad shape, right? So it's almost like something like an external factor of the moment, of the pressure, of the stress that can make you inexplicably exhausted. And I think Kozak maybe sort of alluded to it, like the American system of just competing and being in tough competitions consistently. And Russia kind of brags about how little they compete, but that honestly kind of makes sense because that mental gas defies logic sometimes.
All right, next question from friend of the show and member of the MapTap League, Jason Bryant. He gave us $2. Is cardio merchant the phrase of the summer?
It's pretty big. It's hot in the streets, cardio merchant. It's kind of like a dig at American wrestlers who just don't get tired in 4 minutes. But yeah, I kind of like it. I think they wear it as a badge of honor. I also think really, like, there's definitely times where I think USA could have been, like, not recently, but it's kind of how we won. We just, like, hand fight and hope they just run out. But now it's, like, via attacks and exchanges. It's
Kind of just good wrestlers that also have good gas tanks.
yeah, it's kind of like the best of two things. So, yeah.
All right, next one from Dion WF, $5. He said, let's face it, athletic heavyweights improve wrestling. So should the weight limit be capped at 250 to encourage more active athletic matches?
Dang, I'm kind of not.
JD, after your
Yeah.
your rant last show about
Well, no, what I would do is cap it at 250 and then include super heavyweight unlimited. Because I do like that.
You love freak shows.
Yes.
JD's been consistent.
Right? Like, I'll bring back, the Chris Taylors.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So that would be my solution. Get rid of 220. Add in kind of more of a middleweight, a lower tier that most of these new guys are going to fit under. 240, 250, and then unlimited, baby. And I want all the mass in that one. I want all the fatties in that one. Give me the big boys.
I like this because everyone's like, oh, NCAA needs a 220, a 215. I can't stand that take. But you kind of got me with you throwing the 250 and then there's the 500 pounders. Come on.
Right? Is somebody who weighs like 270, who just can't cut down, going to be able to beat somebody who's 4 bills?
You're going to see those guys get tired.
People would love that.
Yeah.
So honestly, you're onto something, but we just took your great idea and made it spectacular.
This is
10
where
Olympic weight classes or 2 upper weight classes.
Oh, yeah.
all right, RAF, your move.
Yeah.
Bring in the big boys.
Yokozuna.
Yeah. Okay. Another question from Dion WF. The Southeast isn't known for strong high school wrestling, so should the NCAA hold championships in southern states like Florida to promote the sport?
No. They should have it where the most people will go and that Yeah, that makes more sense. And I don't think that works, honestly. Because, like, if you have it in Atlanta, which is an emerging area, it's like it's just going to be people from Pennsylvania and Ohio and New Jersey and that are all there anyways.
When was the last time, question for you, when was the last time you stumbled upon a sporting event, a major sporting event, like a college one? You didn't know what it was, and you went, nope, I'm still going to pay for a ticket, go in here and watch it, and now I'm a lifelong fan of it.
Yeah, I don't think
It doesn't really happen.
the only thing where I could say that's happened in history is donk toss. People have watched that, and now everyone wants to get tickets to watch donk toss.
Well, but watching it on TV, that makes sense to me. But that you can do that anywhere.
Well, I was joking. No one's going to watch donk toss. Just kidding, Nikki.
All right, next question, not a question.
Actually, everyone asks about donk toss. Nikki, the producer, is the guy that got me in there. He's producing right now.
Co-founder.
And he's probably not doing a great job because he's just counting the donk bills right now. And so I haven't really been paying attention.
Did he take back his donk that he
He
gave you?
he did. Because you know what? He's honestly my number one hater. He doesn't even want me to get better. Oh, he's coming over to God Voice. No one heard you, Nikki. You got to try again.
Wrong.
You just said wrong. No,
All right.
Nikki's a good guy.
Next question, not a question. From Lunsford Loves Wrestling. He says, Piles, you're in my seat.
Well, come and get it.
Oh, my God.
I ain't hard to find. South Lamar.
All right. Another one from Burkhawk for Life, 20 Bones. Shout out to Davenport Northwest, still going at the Little League World Series.
What?
Was in Texas this weekend for a Zach Bryan concert. Happy birthday, Ian. That said, is Texas barbecue the best? I love Memphis, Kansas City, and Carolina, but I say yes.
Okay, a lot to unpack here. One, these kids need to go to school. This tournament's been going on for the better part, this is like a month and change.
It's not Labor Day yet.
Is this a Davenport, Iowa school?
Yeah.
Oh, I was not familiar with this.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out Davenport. I haven't been locked in.
So shout out to them.
LWS.
I don't know. I like Texas barbecue. Carolina, I like the vinegar for like the pulled pork. That's kind of it just depends what you want. Brisket is like Texas. Pulled pork, I like Carolina. They're all really good. It's not like New York style versus Detroit style pizza, which is just like not even
clearly
you can't even
Detroit.
discuss.
Best.
Or the same, or dare I say, sorry, Greg Warren, friend of the show, Emos. Remember Greg when he said, I forget what it was for. He's like, hey, I'm going to send you guys some Emos pizza to eat on the show. And then he couldn't work up the courage to do it because of the humiliation that would follow if we actually, so it never happened. So we just had this promise of pizza from America's favorite game show host, Greg Warren. And we never even tried it because frankly, he was preserving his own self-esteem there.
I'm guessing they're Midwest, right?
You'd
I would
think.
assume so.
They're in the finals against the Mountain.
That's probably that Utah team that Carter
yeah.
Bray's team was going against.
All right. I think that's it for the super chats. Let me look back. The chat's getting into midseason form here.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Are they peaking too soon?
Let's hope not. But
There's getting some competition under their belt.
Yeah.
It-
That's good. We like the hunger.
well, it just shows you when there's 2 wrestling events in one weekend how excited wrestling fans get. So
Just wait till there's 50.
Dozens. Yeah.
okay, we have so many questions.
Y'all asked 73 questions. It's probably more now. Normally it's like, I'll ask the question, then I'll look in the next one. There's like 30, which I think is like good.
Yeah.
73. You guys are psychos.
Come the regular
love it.
season, you might need to be a little more selective.
Yeah.
But all right, it's 10:20. I don't know how long we got today, but we're gonna answer some questions. From Slink, who wins, freshman, sophomore Aaron Brooks, 2022, or 2026 Max McAnally?
This is the underhook versus the low single. Man. So if we go back into, I would probably say 26 Max.
Oh, that's surprising to me.
I just, at that point in 22, we hadn't seen where Aaron necessarily fit on the senior level, right? What was his international resume in 2022? He had won NCAAs.
He's silver.
It's honestly so similar. they both were in like really tough weights that they won rather narrowly, right? He beat Trent pretty close, and then in 22, he lost to Miles Amin and then beat him. So, I think I favor Max, but
Yeah, it's really close.
it's a close one. It's a close match. I mean, low single, Miles Amin, low single, Max McAnally. I don't know. It's a tough matchup. I think Max is really good underneath too. Like, that was one of Aaron's big differentiators. Like, he could put a ride on when he needed to, and that's how he beat Miles at NCAAs that year, or that's why I think. And I just don't know if you're riding Max McAnally.
James, what do you think?
My initial thought was Aaron, but then I tried not to get swayed by what he did in 2024.
Yeah.
So maybe I do go Max.
All right.
Because 2022 is different. He lost to Miles that year.
Yes.
All right, DEI Willie, two-parter. For those who picked Ono to win NCAAs, go ahead and defend yourself after that RAF performance.
Who would that be?
For JD, Ono didn't look like the world beater of old. Why is that? This is just for you, JD.
Did I pick Ono to win NCAAs?
No, I thought you did.
I don't think anyone did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're misrepresenting us,
Yeah.
DEI Willie.
Also, he looked like the Ono that beat Spencer Lee.
Yeah.
I don't know. And I thought he looked really good. He didn't look like some offensive dynamo, but
And you know what I remember? After I interviewed Massa after he won Worlds, and we're kind of talking about his dominance, and his English has gotten a lot better, but even then he said next year be much harder.
yeah, you
Like,
got-
so he knew, like, even he knew, like, I'm going to surprise these people, and they're not going to know what hit them. And now this is the fulfillment of Massa's prophecy that, like, people are going to get closer, and there's a way to shut this down and slow it down. But is there a way to stop him altogether? That's what we haven't seen.
happened to Taz.
He hasn't lost since, I don't know. When's the last time he lost?
He lost to Tolga in 24, I think.
Olga?
To Marocher.
Yeah, I know.
I think that's it. All right, next question from Crush the Urbanite. Will the FloWrestling crew use all of their influence to peer pressure Jason Nolf into being our 74 kg rep in 27-28?
You know the answer from me. No.
he's got coaching to do
Yeah. Lock in.
on what's important.
Yeah.
It's the future.
I'll be right back.
All right, next question.
Still attached.
We'll wait for Christian for this one. Bryce says, I'm for the 3 periods they do now, but on a previous RAF, one of the commentators mentioned extra periods for title matches like UFC. If that were to change, what would you change it to? 3-2-2 like NCAA? 4 periods? I don't like this.
I don't think they're going to do that. I don't think they should do it. I like that they're both 6 minutes long. And yeah, I don't know. If I had to pick, I don't know what I would pick.
I would say I don't even know another 2 minutes. That's like kind of just too much wrestling.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think the way it is now is a healthy balance between cardio mattering and also skill mattering. Because it's not like a fight where if you win the first 3, that's fine. Like in a wrestling match, you can lose the first however many minutes and still win.
Yeah.
I guess in a fight you can too with a knockout, but like you don't like
You still
bank
outpoint
those.
them.
Yeah.
Wrestling.
All right.
Like in a 5-round fight, if you lose the first 3 rounds, then you have to knock them out. You can't defeat that deficit by a decision.
All right, next question from Matthew R.C. Albino. As an analyst, he's an analyst, I didn't know that. I've noticed a trend in the comments of FloWrestling YouTube videos for a while. Below are just some examples. Perhaps you want to address this issue with the audience. What is our stance on making titles for the videos? Any change going forward?
This, honestly, this is like one of my, if you want to get me going, it's like this kind of stuff, which I understand Matthew's seeing a lot of these comments. And really, it's like 7 comments on a video with tens of thousands of views. But I've watched sports my entire life. I've never missed a sporting event and then been mad when I found out what happened afterwards. It doesn't make sense to me. And honestly, like we A/B test these, and almost always, very consistently, the result, giving away the result performs better. 1, 2, it's like if you don't want to know the result, you don't be online. I don't know any other sport that does this. And I went to the MLB YouTube channel after this, and the most recent video they uploaded was like Kyle Schwarber walk-off home run. So it's like right there. It's very common. I think it's very maybe, and I'm not trying to make this societal, but like it's very emblematic of
the younger generation. They don't want to pay to watch. They don't want to pay to watch the event live.
Well,
they think everything should be the way they want it.
Yeah, I know. It's like this entitlement that the entire internet should morph around what they have and haven't seen is crazy to me, to be like, how dare you? Like, this already happened, and the fact that we're going to continue to talk about that it happened, it's crazy that you would actually complain. But it shows just like how self-involved you are, in my opinion. And maybe that's too strong for like just YouTube comments, but I think it is like kind of like an insane level of entitlement.
We need to say goodbye to our Prime viewers.
Prime, thank you.
Love
Appreciate you guys tuning in. Head over to YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, FloSports app, and you can catch us on Thursday as we continue.
I do get it, because like there have been times where I have tried to go back and watch something that I wasn't able to watch live, and it's kind of like, and then you find out it's like, damn. But I would never be mad enough to comment on a YouTube video, because I understand that's what you get if you didn't watch live.
Yeah.
I used to be really into MMA, and I couldn't always stay up late to watch. Mm-hmm. And so I would try to intentionally like not see and go to like my pirated sites and catch the replay afterwards.
Yeah.
And like just try to like look away as I was like clicking on the video. But yeah, it's like if I saw it, it's like, oh man, it's like, no, the result happened 12 hours ago.
You're not gonna be mad at them.
Yeah, but I can relate to that.
Yeah.
Okay, next question. We did this one. Michael C wants to know if Jason Nolf is him.
Absolutely.
Answered that one. Shocked FRL. Everyone seems to doubt Ono's transition to folk style, but who is taking him down? Are we assuming everyone chooses top, or that he will pick bottom, even if inept?
That is the entirety of everyone's assumption about Ono currently.
What?
That
people will. I think my assumption is more that he's gonna have a hard time against 3 or 4 guys. That's it.
And those guys have a hard time with each other. Marcus Blaze has a hard time with Aaron Seidel and Jax Forrest and Ben DeVino. And Ben DeVino has a hard time with all those guys. They all are going to have a hard time.
But I guess defining it better, using better words, is I think he's going to struggle harder against those guys than those guys are going to against each other. Like
they did a round robin, Ono would place last.
I think
the depth of folk style talent, those guys all outweigh Ono, is my point. But I can be completely wrong.
We'll
That's
see.
fine.
It's possible.
I want to see it.
I'm not unopen to that idea.
Okay. Maybe it's similar to Echemendia, but I know Ono is a far better. Like, that's the closest comparison that we have currently, right? Is Echemendia grew up training freestyle, and then he transitions. And if you look at his wrestle stat, you look at Echemendia's wrestle stat. Well, let me finish my point first. Is he doesn't have any wins against anybody in the top tier.
One younger Bastida does.
Heavyweight's different.
Heavyweight is a different sport. Yeah,
because I went the same direction too.
That's fair.
It's a different sport.
Gelagai of the GOAT. He's the blueprint.
But that's kind of my point. My thinking is, and I know Ono is better. He's a better prospect overall, but it just seems like there gets to be a certain level of folk style wrestling that Echemendia just can't beat, and I think that's going to be similar for Ono. But we'll see, or maybe we won't. Tyler Perry wants to know if Osedo did the best job in the hand fight with Bo since Stanich.
Absolutely. They did a great job.
Great job.
Maybe we get Jason on some point to break it down what he did to. He didn't win, so you don't want to give away too much, but you can take things from matches. Yeah, I thought he did a nice job.
All right, another question from Tyler Perry. Where would you rank Drayshawn Ross and Jaden James on our senior ladder?
Well, Jaden James is already ranked on the senior ladder. He's the number 3 guy behind Carr and Green, correct?
Yep.
So he's right there. And then Drayshawn, so it's Wyatt, it's Mason. It's a little tougher to say because I feel like the number of guys that can wrestle with Drayshawn Ross, there's probably a lot of them that can like give him a match. So I'd say maybe he's in the 5 to 6 rank, but as high as 2 or 3.
Wasn't Kobe he was 4th?
Yeah. Who did he lose to?
He lost to Trumbull. Is that right?
Yes, it is because his head got stuck in the singlet.
So, was that against Godali?
against-
Godali's head
was
got stuck
Godali.
in
Kobe's.
Kobe's.
Okay.
So it goes Wyatt, Mason, Trumbull, and then I think Drayshawn.
Yeah.
So
So 4th.
4th.
So yeah, right there.
Both very good.
Very young.
All right. I don't know what this means, Jonah. You're saying I have to apologize to people. So let me know who I need to apologize
Just
to.
give a blanket apology
I apologize to everyone that I need to apologize to.
and no one else.
Yeah. It's a good life lesson. Always be the first to say sorry. Strength and scrapping. Where does friendship competition split? Few examples. Does Bo help Seidel prepare specifically for Jax? Jax help Rainey prepare specifically for Bo? Lifelong friends versus current teammates, partners. Where does Ono stand if Blaze hits a Japan rep at Worlds? Teammate versus country? Great questions.
I would be certain that, I mean, for Ono, he wants Blaze to win, 100%. Seidel and Jax, I don't know. Bo and Aaron are on the same team and have the same mission, and they want to do it together. So it's like, now is Bo going to be able to be like, hey, Jax does this, so do that? I don't think it's going to get to that point, but I think for Bo, all things being equal, he wants Aaron Seidel to win NCAAs, not Jax Forrest. But if Aaron can't win, I think he'd want Jax.
Well, it's like at this point too, like what is Bo gonna tell Aaron about Jax that he doesn't already know?
Watch the slide by.
Yeah. Like
Hey, he's good at grabbing legs.
he's wrestled him twice in competition, and even if he had never wrestled him, all the video in the world exists to where it's like you can just watch it. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
anything you want to know. It's not like they're gonna train together, right? It's not gonna be like, all right, week of Oklahoma State week, Bo and Aaron aren't gonna wrestle. Like,
Yeah.
that's silly. Next question from Joe Gergente. What's more likely this season, folkstyle? Seidel losing to someone other than Davino, Jax, Blaze, Ono. Sure, let's put Ono here. Or Bo losing to someone other than Stanich, Ono. Let's put Ono here. Why not?
Seidel is less likely to lose to someone off that list. I don't see anyone beating Aaron.
I don't see anybody beating Bo outside.
I don't either, but I think if Aaron can lose to all those guys and still like have fulfilled whatever this is asking, I think it's him. But
What about Crookham?
Crookham? And I think Crookham, and then you've got Rainey probably for the Cowboys. Although, if Jax goes up to 41, then put him in there.
All right. Animal Talk. Am I the only one who's ready for Burrow's 28 campaign?
Of course, Mr. President.
What do you think the likelihood is he goes for the Olympics in 28?
So, but then again, how do you, if you're watching the scene, it's like if Dake's staying up and Jason's coaching, it's like, I don't know. But
Can he make 74?
I don't know. And also, he seems very in on coaching, trying to develop David Carr. So it'd be kind of crazy for him to go. So I don't think it's gonna happen again.
All right. We did get another super chat from WrestleGuy 2002, and it's $5. 2035 NCAA champs, Iowa State, led by head coach Cale Sanderson.
Okay.
I need to know what happened. What
happened?
Have him follow up with the story that led Cale back to Ames.
Mm-hmm.
WrestleGuy is a
fan fiction.
He's a time traveler. He traveled back in time to tell us this.
Dang.
Okay. Let me get back to the poor boys.
It's because Jimmy Pollard retired.
Yeah, he's like, all right, I'll go back.
Bobby Kebbell, freshman year, Logan Stieber versus Jax Forrest. Who wins?
Jax. But
Nathan Duffield, what was each of everyone's most impressive wrestler this past weekend?
MVP for me, Michael Boyle.
My MVP will be Max McAnally.
Ooh.
You know, because there was the build-up to that match as well.
Mm-hmm. Little talk.
Bo rubs people the wrong way, a lot of people the wrong way.
He does.
So I think a lot of people were happy to see Max win.
Yes.
Give me Aaron Seidel.
Yeah.
Wasn't close. Any of his matches is like clearly the best guy. Okay, next question from Rational PSU Fan 92. How important is being a well-rounded athlete for kids coming in wrestling? My boys play baseball in the summer and start football in August, while other youth wrestlers are only wrestling year-round. In my mind, in the long run, the experience of other sports can only help.
I totally agree, but don't take it from me. We've got Cale Sanderson on this topic.
He asked me, he's like, oh, so you played football in high school? And I said, well, yeah, I played football in high school. So and he said, well, what did you do? So you just did double practice every day? And I was like, no, I just did football.
Yeah.
You know, like, no, I didn't go to football and then go to wrestling. I just played football, you know, and I didn't go to some of the spring stuff or summer stuff, I guess, because I was wrestling. But where now kids are just doing multiple practices and this and that. And I think, again, that's probably doing multiple sports as a kid. We played baseball, we played football. Yeah, you're not going to get to your peak maybe as soon, but you're probably going to peak. Your peaks are probably going to be higher later, and you're going to probably love it a little bit more, I would guess. At least that was like my experience. So like I said, I'm 47. I still enjoy going in the room and learning the sport.
I agree with that, obviously, and think there's something to it. I do think there is a time where you got to specialize. And is it, when is that? I don't know. I think if you're an upper weight, you can probably do it a little later, we've seen. But I think what we've seen is a lot of our best guys did specialize early as well. But then you've got Cale Sanderson, and this is kind of what we talked about, like whose peak was higher than Cale's in NCAA wrestling? Nobody's. And he played multiple sports, growing up, even including high school. Different time to an extent. I think there's multiple ways to do it. I think more than anything, you have to just prioritize. You got to, it's almost like you craft their sports schedule around what they're passionate about, what they really want to do. And I think they've got to be driving it more than you is anything. And if you're dragging them to practice in August and September and they'd rather be playing baseball, but you're like, man, if you want to do this, I think that's where it could be, you're going to peak sooner, but not as high as you would have. That would be my guess. But there does come a point, and I think Ben would have a good take on this because he specialized in wrestling from 7th grade on. I think he thinks a lot about this kind of stuff. But there is a point you do need to kind of lock in on wrestling.
I'm not a parent, but take this, like what I would maybe struggle with, or what I've thought about is how do you find the balance of, like you're saying, you don't want to be dragging them to practice, but also being an influence of, like, if you actually do want to be good at this, you can't be skipping practice, and it's not okay to skip practice,
right.
And you have to give your all at something. So
yes.
How do you find that balance?
That's totally different. Yeah, because you're right. Like whatever you're doing, I do think you have to be dedicated to it. Whatever sports, like, hey, if we're in football season, we're doing that. If we're in baseball season, we're doing that. And if we're in wrestling season, like, You should have that expectation of training and wanting to be good. So yeah, I think if they're skipping and they want to sit at home play video games or whatever, yeah, that's not good for sure.
I think it's important is like you're able to have honest conversations with your kids, and they're able to like have the awareness of like, okay, this is reality, and like, yes, I can play all of these sports, and if that's what I want to do, I have the freedom to do that. But there's going to be the checks and balances of like, okay, I might not be as good as this other kid who's focusing solely on wrestling, and it's like as a kid, it's like that's hard to come to terms with. I was like, oh, okay, I can't have it all. I can't do everything and be the best at everything, and that's just like a part of maturing.
Yeah,
and like helping your kid understand.
I think age matters too. Like a 5th or 6th grader, maybe we're not as you're not as hard on them, and you don't want to push the like crazy dedication on them. You need it to be fun and them wanting to do it at a certain level, and then they're going to want to sacrifice. I don't think 3rd, 4th, 5th graders are thinking about sacrifice. You can't even maybe there's some rare ones, but I think most kids can't even conceptualize like the role of sacrifice, and it's like they just want to kind of have fun, and you try to instill those lessons along the way, and by the time they get high school age or whatever, they know what hard work and dedication looks like, and then they're ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say that's why it's important to expose children to all sorts of different sports and activities from a young age so that they can find which one suits them best by the time that they are late middle school, high school aged.
Yeah.
Man, we're getting a lot of questions.
Yeah, just skip that. A lot of Ono questions.
Okay, this is a good one from Lunsford. What happened to the UWW rule change that was less forgiving to wrestlers taking injury time mid-match, and instead they get immediately cautioned and won? Felt like I saw more international shenanigans at U20s than usual.
Yeah, this wasn't the A crew. I felt I posted like a takedown, like a match that really had some bad calls in it. They did change the rule. It now the exact procedure sort of escapes me, and John, I don't remember if you remember what it is. But basically, the medical professional has to kind of deem it as fraudulent.
Yeah,
as fraudulent. So that's what it takes for it to be punished. So that's going to be tough.
Similar question. What's your thoughts on wrestlers who are taking an extra 10 to 15 seconds to get back to the center after a stoppage? Should this behavior be considered passivity or something else?
Yeah, it's passive. I don't know. I mean, what's up with it is they're tired and they just they'll do anything to get a couple extra breaths. Yeah, you should do something with it. It should be passive.
They also want to know our thoughts on Krish Feely versus Romani. And
it's incredible.
He's talking about how Romani kind of let it go, let it slip away at the last second.
I mean, he got thrown to his back with like 1 second left. It was crazy.
Tyler Perry, CP, as Japan's biggest hater, will you root for Ono if we ever see him back at Worlds or Olympics?
I'm not Japan's biggest hater. I'm not even a hater at all. You guys have radicalized me with your rhetoric about Japan, and so I have to bring honesty and the balance to your guys' runaway freight train of Japan love. So I'm not a hater, and of course I love Ono. And, of course, I will not root for him at the Worlds or Olympics over an American. But beyond that, I hope he has great success.
Okay. I'm going to try to figure out what this question means. I don't understand it. We got another super chat from Zayspade 999. Does Mitchell drive the boat on Penn State's lineup from 157 to 174, or do you think the coaches are putting their input in?
It's always an interesting thing because you think how lineups get set is one thing, and it seems like the more you talk to people, the less it seems that there's very little coach involvement in this. They kind of let them figure it out for the most part. And so for this, it does feel like Mitchell could change things to give Penn State a better lineup, right? If Levi's out, Mitchell going up and Jaden going 165, I think that's their best lineup, personally. So in some ways, yes, but I think you need to. I think if you're Penn State, I think a lot of times they want guys to arrive at those conclusions on their own because they're going to be more bought in and excited about it than just like people don't like to be told what to do. Just as a general thing, and if you tell Mitchell, "Hey, you got to go up to 174," then you think, "Well, no, I don't want to go do that." And not saying that would be his response because Mitchell was on Bashtamania and talked about, like, I'm not a guy, when I got here, I wasn't a guy that said, hey, I'm going this way, and I'm not going to be that now. So I know he's a team guy. But at some point, I do feel like that would be a good thing for him to do.
All right, I understand this question. It's from Earn Your Gold. He says, thinks JG, James Green, felt bad knowing JB was rooting for DC. At first, I thought he meant Daniel Cormier. And I'm like, what? What's he talking about?
David Carr.
Because of David Carr training with Jordan Burroughs,
Okay.
James Green, like that whole relationship.
I don't think he felt bad. I don't think he felt bad.
I think it's similar to like the Bo Bassett, Aaron Seidel, Jax Forrest thing.
Yeah.
It's just like life works out like that sometimes where you have two friends that are wrestling. Or
Yeah.
Someone viewed it as a win-win. No matter who wins. Win-win.
Yeah.
Win-win.
Win-win.
True.
Okay, back to Poor Boys. Man, we have so many more questions. Nick, you got to let us know how long we can go here. Bobby Kebbell, what was the best Worlds performance of any country since you guys started watching? 2019 Russia is hard to beat with 5 golds and 9 medalists. Yeah.
And when you think about, just to frame that even more with how impressive it is, 2019, which is the year before 2020, essentially this is the most important Worlds year. It's the first Olympic qualifier. Every country has increased emphasis on this World Championships. And Russia went crazy. They had, I think it was, let me see if I can name the champs. Oguyev, Rashidov, Bayev, Sidikov, Sajalayev all won. 9 medals. This was a great performance by them. And it's, I'm not sure I think as more Russians have transferred out, it's going to be hard to see teams with 5 golds again. It might happen, but there's so many nations with threats. I think it'll be tough to see. I could see 10 medals or 9 medals happening again, but man, 5 golds, 9 medals, it's rarefied. And Russia in 2007 or 09, there was one year they won like 6 of 7 weights or something absurd, and I can't remember the exact year. It was like a Kudakov, and they were nails that year.
If 5 golds at the senior level happens again, and then I'll put in this caveat: if it happens again within, I'll say, 12 years, it'll be USA that does it.
I agree with that completely.
Let's see. Russia 2007 had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out of the 7 champs, and they had a bronze.
So 6 golds, 1 bronze. There were only 7 weights.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So that was 2007. Yeah.
That is crazy that they only had 7 weights that year.
Yeah. They only had 7 weights for a while.
I know.
We did not good here.
We let that happen. We had Daniel Cormier, DC, our only medalist.
Only medals. Bronze?
Bronze.
Yeah.
Got Soloff 1 gold that year.
He was good.
Yeah.
But now, can't coach. He cheat. It's not good behavior.
Okay. Jonah Richardson. Was this the best RAF card so far in terms of pure wrestling quality?
Maybe. It was. Is that my phone?
No, that was me.
Zach.
Sorry.
You know what?
The girls have their own phone now, and they're calling me a lot. I can't control this.
Oh, that's so funny. They're probably watching. They probably have a
The guy question.
probably talking about this
They
rap.
have takes they want to get off.
Yeah. I could not tell you like card to card what happened on which RAF. And even right now, like
It's kind of jumbled up.
but this was a really good one. I feel like I've enjoyed them all pretty equally. Yeah, this was a great one for sure. Caleb said this was the best one so far.
So
All right, next question from Virginia's for FRL. What was the worst take of the weekend from Hello My Enemies?
Man, so many terrible
great.
takes. No, I don't think so. I don't think this guy's doing well at all. Don't follow him. You should not follow this guy. Like Che, he's pretty funny. He's actually, I would say, a pretty successful troll. There's a darkness.
Yes.
21st century man.
Yeah.
It's not good. It gives me genuine concern for his.
Well, he's got a lot of political takes in there
I was about to say
as well.
Yeah, don't follow this guy.
I like following him just for the like. This is what you get with international wrestling. You get the little taste of a culture that you don't know anything about, and is completely different from yours, and that's what makes it.
What's crazy, like one of the wildest ones is Iranians are big on firing the coach. They always want to fire the coach, and like bad U20s, the coach has got to go. Like, man, it would just never be a thought. I mean, our country obviously is so much different in how we develop, but like, I don't know. I've never watched a Worlds performance and be like, Bill Zadek's got to go. Terry, like, it doesn't even make sense. It's the wrestlers. It's like, yeah, if your wrestlers don't perform, it's on the wrestlers.
Yeah.
But coaching matters.
Okay. Lunsford, what is your percentage chance Max McAnally will be our 86 kilogram 2028 Olympic rep? He says, I'll start 30%.
That is insane.
that's whoa.
Just a bananas.
Like,
I wouldn't give Dake. I don't know if I would give Dake or Zahid 30%.
Correct. Like that's what I was like.
And maybe
Max definitely has a shot. It's not
Max,
a
I'd say
0% chance.
10. Probably optimistic. I mean, because you got to.
Field is
Christian, yeah.
if you just go
And we
versus
know
the
Christian's
field.
10 is like art. Like,
We'll see. I mean, 10%. I mean, Dake, Zahid.
Aiden
Parker,
What percentage? Just all right.
Rocco.
Don't split it up between Dake and Zahid, but between those two, how much of the pie are they taking up?
40, 50?
Oh, more. I think like 75%. I think there's
It's still 2 years away.
I think there's yeah, you're right. I think there's a 75% chance it's Dake or Zahid. Maybe that's too much. Maybe
That's not giving the field enough credit when you toss in.
What if Trent comes down? I don't think he will. I think he should go up.
I don't know. Just like I could see Max coming out of there, Aiden, Parker, like
Here will be
Rocco, I don't know.
The real test is if we medal in 27. I would drastically
Yes.
shift my, now as I'm thinking about it.
Who gets to sit out?
Because if we don't medal here, then who frickin' knows? Maybe it still would not be 30% for Max McAnally, but it would reduce the Zahid Dake likelihood, in my opinion.
Levi comes up, although he probably
I want him
won't.
down. Yeah, that's interesting.
All right, next question. Lunsford, again. Do you guys think anything is up with Landon? By far the most passive version of him I've seen. Maybe weight cut related?
I thought he really wrestled pretty well. I think Landon is a guy who relies on, he's really savvy, he's very physical, but you saw in his semi match, which I'm sure what you're talking about, at the highest level, which Khalili is at, it's so hard to get to legs at that level. And that's what you kind of learn and experience. And that's what it's like for most guys that wrestle that guy. So I thought he did a great job, honestly. He lost to the best guy in the bracket, and he could have won. So that was great.
Yeah, and I don't think, like, Landon is awesome, but he is not this, like, dynamic freestyle scorer. He's, like, very systematic in his offense. I don't know. Limited's not the right word, but he kind of only scores a few ways.
Yeah.
Right? And that's, I think, what we saw. All right. Jordan, stock up for the Hokies. Can they outplace Oklahoma State?
I don't think so. I do not think so. But, I mean, they wrestled fantastic. Here are the three that they had on the team, and they got a lot of help at home. But there's still some weights where Oklahoma State's going to be really good, where they're not quite there. But, man, in a dual meet, could get interesting.
Biopharma Wrestling. Who you got, Higuchi or Ono?
I would take Masa.
Really?
Gucci's old.
And he'll be older. By the time they get this match going, he'll be older.
Okay.
Both of them versus scale.
Yeah.
All right, from John Ice. What would happen in international wrestling if the rest of the world ever got in shape?
I don't know. We may never find out. No, we see it at the Olympics.
Mhm.
It's hard.
Okay. In honor, this is from Jonah Richardson. In honor of 10 medals, the question must be asked: would you rather have 5 golds or 10 world medalists with no champ, or 1 champ?
If it's 10 medals, no champs, I'm going 5 golds.
5 golds.
That's just so sick.
Yeah.
What is the 10 medals? What is the number of golds that you would take to offset 5 golds, but only 5 medals?
2. Gotta have 2.
Yeah.
1, it's like,
All right, next question from Jonah again. U20 finals commentator said, Iranians are exceptionally well prepared to hold the lead at the end of matches. Am I crazy, or have we been watching the exact opposite for years?
You're exactly right. I thought that was funny too, and it's something I've been kind of picking on them about for a while. And then you had the 92 match, which was, I don't know what it is, because they're so good, but late in matches, it's just odd.
Too much pressure.
Yeah, it is a lot of pressure.
That's what it feels like.
Yeah.
Hawkeye Headlock, roundtable. You're in a never-ending field with nothing on your person. Suddenly, adult turkeys appear around you with the intention of killing you. How many turkeys could you survive against? I.e., if you say 10, then you're saying 11 turkeys would kill you.
Interesting. JD, do you have any turkey experience?
I mean, not a lot of turkey experience. They got sharp beaks. They're dumb, though. They're so dumb. They're so dumb.
Yeah.
They can't work together. Like,
Yeah, they're not going to work together.
but if they all wanted to kill me, they would all just attack at once because they want to.
There are no recorded instances of a wild or domestic turkey killing a person.
I'll say 1,000.
No.
Turkeys.
Dude, you are dying
They're not going to get.
pre-25.
They're not going to be coordinated.
It doesn't matter.
It's just one at a time.
No, it's not one at a time. You're in a never-ending field. They're gonna just come at you like all at once because that's what they want to do. They want to kill you.
They want to kill me. Yeah.
It's like
I forgot that
It's like 11.
Yeah, it's probably 10 or 11.
Oh, wait.
Ask ChatGPT. It'll be wrong. If you ask ChatGPT, put this question in and ask,
You can just screenshot it or copy and paste.
would I be able to last with 1,000 turkeys? I guarantee it'll say, at that point, you would have a chance.
I'm going to say would Christian Piles.
No, don't keep me out of this. Just put like above average strength 41-year-old male.
Above average.
Yeah, that's right. I'm above average. See other 41-year-olds? Yeah, I don't know. I respect a turkey. You got me thinking audaciously, but then I forgot the part
All right.
with the intention of killing me.
This one, I said, would Christian Piles of FloWrestling be able to survive 1,000 wild turkeys trying to kill him? I'll bring it in. He says, almost certainly not.
Yeah, 1,000. It's not even close. The number is
Coordinated feathers, claws, beaks, and hostility.
the number is sub 40 for sure.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
It's probably like I like.
Think
the
how
10.
tired I would get.
Yes, correct.
Just kicking and
You
punching.
have no weapon.
No weapon.
You have to grab their neck and snap.
I'm sorry.
True.
Yeah, I don't want to fight turkeys. That's a good question. I'm glad it's finally been asked.
Yeah. All right.
We're almost out.
We have 3 more questions from Hugh. Who had the biggest stock ups from U20 Worlds, or was everyone expected to do this great?
And we talked about this.
Yeah,
Boyle.
Boyle. Pick top and cut him. Does watching Ono versus Davino make you reconsider wanting push-outs in folk style? In my opinion, would lead to less risk-taking via shots.
No, it doesn't change. I think this is. I mean, we watched freestyle all week, right? I didn't see many matches like that.
Also, I see this in folk style with guys trying to get push-outs and stall calls right now.
Yeah,
Because you do this twice and you get a point in folk style.
potentially. So yeah, I think this is a rare. This is more about the matchup than the rules.
I mean, we have folk style matches now that are boring because of matchups, and we have folk style matches that are awesome because of the matchups. So.
Absolutely.
Okay, last one. And we have to end with Avery Lynch. Roundtable questions are back. Weirdest food combinations. I'll go first. Tacos and orange chicken.
I could do that.
Is he talking about that exists or that we like?
I don't know.
Just mix it up.
Or that we could?
When Anna was
Like-
real young, she used to like ketchup with everything,
Oh yeah.
and she dipped her watermelon. Ketchup. It was super weird. And
That
You
is
know what I
weird.
used to do? Now that you mention that, this is crazy. I used to put ketchup I guess it's not that crazy, on like the lunch, the cafeteria dinner rolls. I put ketchup on it.
Okay.
I thought that was so good. I'm like,
That is weird.
That's weird, right?
That's weird.
Now, I'm a big butter boy now.
Yeah.
Well, of course. Butter on a roll, of course.
I'd say a weird. I mean, this sounds good.
Yeah, he just listed 2 good foods.
Yeah, they would go fine together. I mean, it's not like I wouldn't order it, but I definitely eat it. I don't know, you got something with like citrus flavor could make something really weird.
You ever do like a peanut butter on a burger? You ever seen those?
No, I've heard.
I've
of
done it.
though.
Yeah, I've done it.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Man, when Katie was pregnant, she used to crave mashed potatoes and sauerkraut.
Really?
It frickin' stink up the whole house when she'd heat that stuff up.
I've never had that combo, but I bet I would like it. I love sauerkraut and
Pennsylvania Dutch, they're
potatoes.
different breed. All right, is that it? Did we do it?
Did
we get a last
we
super
got
chat?
one more Canadian super chat. He says, "Wait, I gotta screen this first, make sure it's safe."
Oh yeah,
Okay.
we don't trust the
He
Canadians.
says, "No, I love my neighbors to the north. In almost every Division I sport, you see large international athlete presence, but not wrestling. I wonder why more international wrestlers are not coming to the States in high school and going through the NCAA."
I don't know. I think you might be seeing. I think it's maybe more of a challenge in wrestling, like Penn State for getting Massa eligible or whatever. And maybe it's more this, like getting someone from the Caucasus regions eligible to come get into your college is probably really, really hard.
Yeah.
Compared to like Europe.
Europe
And like
and they figured out that,
probably don't want to
yeah.
if you're in the Caucasus region.
Also, yeah, that. Also, like you see it a lot with runners, right? I remember in high school, there was these. I think it was at Fork Union Military Academy. There was like they always had like a Kenyan there. So I think it's like they come over in high school and then they go to college. Whereas, we're not pulling guys, straight from, they
Next
graduate.
evolution.
It may be.
If you're listening, college coaches.
Northwest Kansas Tech or
The Mongolians.
they had Mongolians, so not Northwest Kansas Tech anymore. I forget there, but they had some Mongolian connection where they would get a couple Mongolians, which now UNK with the Mongolian connection, which was just Northwest Kansas Tech. Sent him a Mongolian who won it for him this year.
That's good. That's good. Well, hey, thank you guys so much for tuning in. That was a long one. 2 hours. Over 2 hours. Beast mode. We're going to be back Thursday, normal time. Hope everyone has a great, great Monday. For John Kozak, JD Raider, and our producer, Nikki, I'm Christian Piles. Thanks so much. See you next time. Goodbye.